Okay, great. What we're going to do now, we're actually going to do a Thai lasagna. And this is one of my favorite dishes. It's also called the must-go Thai lasagna. That means that everything you've got left in your kitchen that needs to go, you can make a lasagna out of it. We're going to be using the electric skillets. And just as we said earlier on, everything we do in Saladmaster can be cooked in any of the saucepans, but we're just going to use this for ease. I'm going to use the number 2 cone, which I've got here. And instead of doing this straight in the bowl, I'm going to use the Saladmaster electric skillet. We just save washing up and cleaning. That's celery, and you can see how Saladmaster strips the celery. Celery is quite good for you. Look at that, isn't that fantastic? I'm going to put a little bit of carrot in there, all in the number 2 cone. You can push it down the back if you want. Can you see all that food flying around? You know why that is? That's because it's so excited to be in Saladmaster. That's what happens. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to put a little bit of courgette in there, or zucchini as you call it. And then lastly, I'm going to put some onion. And the onion, I'm actually going to use the number 4 cone for it. Look at that. Isn't that fantastic? That's amazing. So we've got that in there. All I'm going to do is just mix all this together as a base, nicely. Just going to put that down there. Now when you're doing a lasagna, when you're cooking out of Saladmaster, there's no moisture loss. So what you actually have to do is be careful that you don't put too much moisture in there, otherwise it goes soggy. So what we tended to do, and I do with my lasagnas, I'm just going to use a little bit of your Fusilli tricolor. And what that does, that absorbs most of the moisture that comes out from the vegetables and the sauce. Now you can see how scientifically everything here is measured, so make sure you get your portions right. And what I'm going to add to that is I'm just going to use some Thai sauce. Now I'm using a ready-made sauce. Please look at the labels and read the labels, because there's all sorts of things in some sort. They're good sauces and they're bad sauces. We're just going to put a little drop there. Again, make sure you measure it right. Okay. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of ginger on there, just to give it a little bit of taste. Okay. And then the next thing we're going to do on here is we're going to put spinach. Now wherever you can, just buy organic. This is just organic spinach. Again, wash your vegetables. A lot of the vegetables says pre-washed. They do wash them in a chemical. What you're best doing is just actually washing it yourself. I'm going to push that down, so we've got that in. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put some mushrooms on that. And just to minimize the amount of mess, I'm going to use the lid from Saladmaster. You can see this. And I'm going to use this to actually do the mushrooms. So just look at this. Isn't that fantastic? Nice and easy to do. This food processor doesn't have to make your life a lot easier. And the great thing about this machine is actually free. You don't have to invest in it. You can get this for hosting a dinner party. Just ask any Saladmaster office and they'll tell you how you can get one of these. So I'm just going to sprinkle this straight on top. So we got the carrots, the cabbage, the celery. We've got some mushrooms going here. I hope you like mushrooms. Do you like mushrooms? Well, I hope you do, because it's too late now. But another great thing you can do with our lasagnas, and when you're cooking in Saladmaster, you can actually, if you don't like mushrooms, say there's 2 of you, one likes mushroom, the other, you can actually halve it, make one half with mushrooms and the other half without. The challenge is you just got to make sure you remember which half you put the mushrooms in. So now we've got the mushrooms. Guess what we're going to put on top here? I'm actually going to wash my hands a little bit. What I'm now going to put on there is some cottage cheese. Okay, get the low-fat cottage cheese. This is something you can do out of Saladmaster because we cook it at 86 degrees centigrade. If you did this in an oven normally, it wouldn't work, it would curdle. And this will just give it some texture to it. That is looking good. Spread it around. Just make sure that goes right round and covers the base. on the whole top. So you've got that. So we've got the spinach, the mushrooms, we've got some cottage cheese going. Now the next thing we're going to do on here is we're going to put some lasagna sheets on top. I'm just going to press those sheets down. Again, make sure you get the right portions. Just going to show you how you can do this. Look at that. Is that looking good? That's looking good. Now another thing, another trick of the trade is the lasagna sheets will cook better if you crack them. So I'm just going to snap them. And then what I'm also going to do is going to put, now the pasta won't cook, it needs moisture. And I'm just going to put some of the sauce all over there and just spread it around. And whatever, so long, it's amazing. I've done this before and I've just missed a little bit of the pasta. And guess what? It's cooked everything except that little tiny piece. So make sure you spread it around nicely. Now I'm using a Thai green sauce, but you can use any sauce. I do this with a bolognese sauce. I do it with a tikka masala sauce. So you can use the same recipe, change the sauce, and you just get a different meal every time. Or you can make your own sauces up. You can get some passata and make your own sauces up, depending how much time you want to spend in the kitchen. I'm just going to put another layer of pasta on top. And you're getting the idea. Now you can have 3 layers. You can do this in the 5 quarts or the 7 quarts, so you can have a deeper lasagna if you want. It's entirely up to you what you want to do. I tend to like it, not too much pasta, but quite a bit of vegetables. And think of how many different vegetables we've got in here. This is a very healthy lasagna. You wouldn't be able to cook this conventionally because all vegetables cook at a different rate. But again, that's another speciality about Saladmaster. It just balances everything out for you. So you don't have to think too much. Just, if you fancy it, put it in and let Saladmaster do its thing for you. So we've got the sauce in. Now let me tell you, when you taste this, you have to promise me one thing. When you taste this dish, whatever you do, folks, I really need you to be, this is serious stuff now. Let me be serious for a moment. When you taste this, whatever you do, make sure you don't let any of the food touch your fingers, because you'll eat your fingers as well. It is that tasty. I'm one of these guys, I do like to dress things up a little bit, make it look good. Looks is important, just look at that. I mean, this is very artistic. Where can you go and learn such artistic things there? And then in between this, we're just going to put some manji too, you know, because it's a Thai curry. Okay, and just to give it just that little bit of color, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of sweet corn on top there, frozen sweet corn. That just gives it a little bit of color. And then what's left, let me see, what else can I do on here? Ah, look at that. Let's put some herbs on it. We're going to use some fresh basil. I love this, you know, just get that basil, just put it on there. And you know what? We've got some more sauce on here, so we might as well throw it on there. You know, are you a saucy person? Do you like your sauces? Oh, that basil. Lid on. And all we're going to do with this now is medium heat. Make sure there's nothing in there. Medium heat. Wait for that valve to click. And then we're going to turn it down. We're going to put this actually on 120 to start it. That's medium heat on the electric skillet. 120. Wait for that valve to click. When the valve starts clicking, we're going to turn it down to 85. And we'll leave that there. That will be done in the next 15-20 minutes.